traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, December 18th, 2015. Traders coming to you live from the tired Thailand, bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and very cool today. Go out last night, beautiful, beautiful weather in Thailand. Great to be here. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL, Excellence in Trading. If you would, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. And happy Friday to you all as we come to the end of our busy trading week, and it has been one of those. A lot of data, a lot of information, a lot of stuff. Before we get to that, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilda. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, remember I record this during the Asia session, so if you're opening your charts at London, that's probably about a 10 candle difference as I use a 30-minute chart. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida in the United States. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my retirement. And well, traders, I'm in my 8th year and I'm still here in Asia. Absolutely loving living in Thailand. Love Asia. Love the people, love the food, love the beaches, and love the climate. And most of all, I love the time zone. I trade like a normal human being. I'm not up all night. I trade early in the morning till late at night. And you know what's really cool? Modern technology. I don't have to sit in front of my charts for 10 hours. Take an iPad, take an iPhone, go out, do what I want to do. Once my trades are entered, monitor my trades on the run, even at the coffee shop. Absolutely wonderful. Traders, I do trade technically. I'm a technician. I love looking at candlestick patterns and price action, support, resistance, and I do use Fibonacci quite a lot. And I'm a very big fan of harmonics. Well, if you like Fibonacci, you should like harmonics. And I also use, in another instrument that I trade, I use Ikimoku clouds, which I think is a great indicator. So that's basically how I trade. And of course, I always listen to fundamentals. I'm always watching fundamentals. I don't trade the numbers, but I trade the result of the numbers. So normally if I'm going to get into a trade from fundamentals, it's usually about 40 minutes later, usually about 2 candles later. I'll get into it, wait for the markets to calm down, and then we jump on in. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get the risk disclaimer out of the way. This is the legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, do not be using your rent, car payment, or insurance money to trade Forex. When you get enough money, open up a live account and come and join us. If not, come and join us anyhow and use a demo account, and you can obtain that at fxclearing.com. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to news and commentary today. Let's see how the markets close. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of red. I taught a webinar in New York last night, so I was not in the New York session. However, the Dow 30 closed negative 1.43%. The S&P 500 closed negative 1.50%. The NASDAQ closed negative 1.35%. And the small cap 2000 closed negative 1.31%. So a pretty red day yesterday. And that's not surprising after the Fed and, the Dow closing over 300 points to the positive, so doesn't surprise me that they had a red day yesterday. Let's take a look at the Eurozone and see what's going on over there. The DAX was up 2.57%. The FTSE 100 was positive 0.88%. The CAC 40 was positive 1.14%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt was positive 1.99%. Nice day for them. That nice green day yesterday. That is good stuff. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia now. Remember that these countries are currently trading as all of Asia is open. The Nikkei 225 out of Tokyo is negative 0.53%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is also negative 0.29%. The China 850 out of Shanghai is positive, barely at 0.08%. And the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is negative 0.59%. And our good friends out of Seoul, the Kospi is also negative 0.52%. Traders, let's take a look at today's economic calendar and let's see what's going on. Well, one thing that pops out, we did not miss any news that was very important in Asia. It was pretty quiet. The big news today is, I would say, 2 hours before the London Open, we have a BOJ press conference. That's going to be pretty interesting. That's high impact. You're going to have to watch that. Nice thing is it's before the London Open, so we can get that out of the way. However, if you're in the yen pairs, you definitely want to pay attention to what's being done there, because that will rattle the market. If they do a stimulus or talk about doing a stimulus package, be careful of that. They don't like the yen as strong as it is, and they're gonna do something. It's just a matter of time. And as I look through the calendar, there is absolutely nothing else going on in the Euro session. Actually, there's nothing else we do have in the U.S. session. Out of Canada, we have core CPI month on month. That is our only other high impact news event. Please keep an eye on your economic calendars, as we do have low and medium impact news events throughout the day, so keep an eye on that, as that is very important in our trading. Commentary for today is, well, 'tis the season to be jolly, but for us Forex traders, 'tis the season to no volatility. I would expect that trading is, especially after today, trading is going to come down to a very minimum. We're going to see volume, well, we don't have volume in Forex. However, we're going to see volatility slow way down for the next 2 weeks. I am not live trading until January 4th after all the holidays are done and everybody is back to work. The nice part is that the holidays are Thursday and Friday this year, so they have 2 days to recoup, and everybody should be back to work on January 4th, and we should be back to full markets and full energy. However, I have to be honest with you, I can't stand this time of year because I don't like being inactive. So to do that, you can't take your thumb off the pulse, for 2.5 weeks until January 4th. So, I urge you to at least look at charts, listen to fundamentals, see what's going on. Just take like an hour of your day and just, keep up with what's going on. Like, don't lose touch with what's happening. It's a good time to do some tweaking of your trading and how you're doing and your charts and all that good stuff. It's a good time to clean up, sort of like get ready for a fresh year. I always do a new business plan every year, and it's a good thing to do that. Whether you're going to up your percentage of how much you're going to risk on a trade and all that stuff. I do trade 2 instruments, so it's double the work, but it's worth it because I trade on a certain amount per trade of my account. So as volatility gets low, and as you can look at these charts, I mean, we're looking at like 20 and 25 pip ranges here, folks. It's going to get worse. I mean, it's not going to get better. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be horrible next week. Then we got Christmas. Then you got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then you got the New Year's holiday. That's even going to be worse. And so we got 2 weeks of very slow price action. And just be aware of that. And it's so important to keep your thumb on the pulse. Keep up with fundamentals. Keep up with your charts. Get refreshed. Do some education. Look at some videos. YouTube. I love YouTube. I'm always looking at YouTube. A lot of these guys who do free videos will be out there. Just go listen to them. Listen. You don't have to buy their stupid products. And 99% of them are stupid products because I bought them. So I could say that. And just go out there and just learn. If you learn one thing in the 2 weeks, man, it was worth it, right? So get your charts refreshed and stuff like that. And just get ready. It's so important that you love your charts. And I know I'm going over, but it's so important you love your charts because you spend so many hours in front of them. If you don't like your platform, change it. You don't like your broker? Change it. There's no problem with that. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Sorry for the background noise. That is actually, I'm not in my office today. I am in my condo and I'm sitting at my kitchen table, and in my balcony, I have my PC going, and that is Trade the News. So just give me 1 second and let me lower that. All right, thank you, traders, for that. Okay, let's get moving. Let's get over to the euro dollar, see what's going on. Yeah, bearish, nice stair step moving. The only problem is there's not a lot of pips, right? These are really small movements here, really, really small movements. 20 and 25 pip ranges we're looking at here. So, we're at the daily pivot point. Let's see if we can get a bearish candlestick and we'll take it down. But we don't want to take it from the daily pivot point. We want to take it from the R1. The reason we don't want to take it from the daily pivot point, and I do expect a bounce there in some sort of price action, we might not get up to the R1, but we're too close to support, right? So we need to get up to that R1 pivot at 1.0897. We'll get out at 0.805. A nice 80 pip trade. That would be a nice way to end our week. However, I have to tell you, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. But you never know. It is Forex, and anything can happen. But we are bearish, bearish, bearish. Same with the pound. The pound's basically in the same situation. You would think that they're identical charts. They're not, folks. They are two different charts. And again, we're looking for this R1 pullback. And, we know the pound doesn't like pulling back, but we might get lucky. And if this thing just pulls back to that R1, that would be a great trade all the way down to 48.74. We'll get in at 49.75. Nice trade on a Friday. The problem is the entry. Entry is going to be the main concern today, is where are we going to get in? Where are we going to enter these trades? Alrighty? So important. Let's take the Aussie. Aussie had a big down day yesterday, and that happened in New York. So something came out in New York that moved that down, and I'm not quite sure what that was. Like I said, I was not in New York yesterday, so I don't know what dropped the Aussie that much, but that's a pretty big drop, and there's no other chart that shows that drop. So something must have come out of Australia, which might have happened early in Asia, like when Asia just opened, they might have had data, but I didn't see any on the calendar when I was reading off what was going on today. But something happened to move this quite a bit. And then you can see it sideways, and we'd love to see this pull back up to this daily pivot point at 0.7149. We'll get out at 0.7104, a nice 40 pip trade, and hopefully that will happen. Hopefully. Again, hopefully. All right, say look at the Euro Aussie. I just really enjoy trading this. Again, this pair moves over 100 pips a day on the norm. This is pretty interesting. This comes up. We've seen these big blue candles for a couple of days now. Then all of a sudden comes down and gives us this up thing, and it can't get past this resistance. So I just want this to break this trend line, give us a retest, and let's sell this at 1.5219. We're going to get out at the 200 in the daily pivot point at 1.5148, and this would be a nice trade down. Now, I think this can go down farther. I think we can get down all the way to the S1 pivot at 5040, and, so watch this when it gets to those levels. If it doesn't bounce and it just slides through these price areas, man, just keep trailing this down and take it for what it's worth and see what pips you can squeeze out of it. Of course, you're going to be break even. It's going to be a free trade. I'd probably take 50% of your position off, put some money in the bank, and let the rest run and see what you can do and how you can work it. But some good opportunities here on the Euro Aussie. I really enjoy trading this pair. When it's in its mode, it does such a great job. Take a look at the Euro Yen. Not much happening here. You know what? Again, these two big red candles. I don't know what happened in New York yesterday. They must have had a bad number come out. Didn't they have Fed manufacturing yesterday? That might have been that must have been a positive number, because this really dropped here. But again, we're sideways, and there's no data today, so not a lot going on. The only data we have is in Canada, and of course that important Bank of Japan press conference. That's important. That you're going to want to pay attention to is that because that is going to show us where we're at. And finally, our last chart of the day is the New Zealand dollar. Not doing much. You want to see this pull back up to this daily pivot point. Nice bearish candlestick formation. We'll sell it at 0.6724 and we'll take profit at 0.6688. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. There is nothing, there's no catalyst to move this. Now, I said this yesterday, but man, I just don't know what brought this down. I have to go back and look at why that happened. I think it was Fed manufacturing PMI or Fed manufacturing something yesterday. Philly Fed manufacturing was yesterday, I think. I think that really dropped this down and dumped it. And like I said, I was not in New York session yesterday. I was teaching a webinar, so I totally missed New York session yesterday, as it was 11 p.m. before we finished the webinar. So it was quite late, and I was quite tired. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs for today. Please remember that it is Friday, and what happens after the New York close? We have the Friday wrap up, and that's where we look at about 16 daily charts. We're looking at price action, and we're basically looking at what we can expect for the week ahead, and that will come sometime after the New York close. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence Trading, I want to thank you again for joining me this week, and of course today on a Friday. Please remember to trade smart and not hard, and have a great weekend. Please be safe if you're going to Christmas parties, etc., etc. Don't drink and drive, and don't do anything foolish. We do want to see you next week. All right, traders, have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and catch you next time.